Hi, my name's Renee and I'm one of the teachers on our Certificate 3 in Education Support. This is our welcome presentation and we're going to be looking at a little bit of Cluster 1 as well. With this clip we're going to look at course requirements, logging in, course structure, work placement, communication and as I said, Cluster 1 as well. So as you work through this course you'll notice that there are 6 clusters all through online delivery with the support of a textbook, which we'll have a little bit of a look at later. So you're going to complete 100 hours in work placement with a 6-hour orientation within a school in Cluster 1. Each cluster requires work placement hours. Internet access is required and the OLS can be accessed via a computer or a tablet device too. So the course has been organised into steps for you and each cluster has been organised in a similar way. So we suggest that you work through each of these steps carefully and follow the steps in order as we've provided you with the suggested path to work through the course and all the learning resources. At any stage, please feel free to contact us via email, forum, Facebook, and we can assist you through these particular steps. As we said, each cluster has been arranged in a very similar way. So once you've worked through Cluster 1, Cluster 2 and onwards should be pretty easy and familiar. Work placement takes place within a school setting. State-specific working with children checks are required as part of your work placement approval process. All clusters have a work placement attached to them and information gained from work placement will be required to complete the written assignments. It could be a table or reflections, it could be a journal or some observations that you need, or it could be a policy that you need to answer a specific question in the written assignment. We're suggesting that you complete all the hours in the same school where possible, and if you're currently working as an education support worker, you can use these hours towards your work placement hours. Where possible, a teacher from O10 will come and visit you during placement, but this is also depending on your location. There are several ways that we're open to communicate with you during your studies. So there's email, which emails are monitored during office hours and generally responded to within 24 hours or less. Phone calls are taken and returned during office hours and until 9 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. You'll have access to a forum where you'll be required to post contributions, and there's a coffee shop forum in there as well, and the coffee shop forum can be used to ask questions, interact with other students and teachers, and we monitor this forum 7 days a week. A teacher will respond and post in response to your forum posts during the same day. So Adobe sessions or Connect sessions are available for you to attend. These are optional sessions and we provide specific cluster sessions, drop-in sessions and assessment sessions too. Some of these sessions are recorded for those of you who are not able to access them, and we will notify you each week via email and Facebook of the upcoming sessions, and there's a web tutorial calendar in the web tutorial icon. Facebook, communication via our Facebook page is quite effective for those of you who are familiar with Facebook. Here we can answer questions about the course and assignments, and we often post notifications about online sessions and interesting things that may be in the media or articles or links that we can find to include in that particular community too. So you're going to work through a textbook. This is the textbook here. So this is required for the course and can be ordered through different bookshops and online or borrowed from the library. This textbook will be supported by online clips and resources as well. So this is the Supporting Education, the Teaching Assistance Handbook by Karen Kearns. So within each cluster you're going to be required to complete an online quiz, 2 or 3 forum contributions about specific topics of discussion, a written assignment and a work placement performance sheet that you'll take to work placement with you. So you're going to be supported with the assignments through any of our online communication methods or phone calls, and the written assignment requires short answers as responses with reference to sources that you have used to support you in answering the questions too. So Cluster 1 Access to Cluster 1, if you look at the welcome email that was sent to you upon enrolment, it's going to provide you with information on gaining access to the OLS and to Cluster 1 as well. Start with Step 1, access the learning resources, and you might like to pop into the coffee shop forum to introduce yourself, to see any questions that other learners have asked as they've enrolled into the course as well. And keep an eye out for our notifications for web sessions that you may like to attend. Some of our new students like to attend a drop-in session just to say hello and see how it all works, and that's perfectly fine. We suggest that you access the Cluster 1 written assignment too to become familiar with the assignment before you start working on the learning resources as well. So there are 2 units within our first cluster. Comply with legislative policy industrial requirements in the education environment, and identify and respond to children and young people at risk. So these units cover skills and knowledge required to maintain compliance with legislation, policy and industrial requirements that relate to education support workers. And we're looking at supporting children and young people who are at risk of harm. This work occurs within legislative and policy frameworks and carries a duty of care responsibility too. So during this cluster, you'll be required to arrange work placement. There's an orientation visit of 6 hours for those of you who are not already working or have access to a school. And during this visit, we suggest that you take all of the required documentation to the school, apply for your Working with Children check, and then submit that for work placement readiness. Once that's approved, then you are ready to start your work placement hours in Cluster 2. Let us know if you have any questions or your supervisor has any questions about this process or any of the documentation that we require. So thanks for taking the time to watch this particular clip. We hope that it gets you started in the course and in Cluster 1. When you call or post or email in, have your N number or student ID ready so that we can identify you, and feel free to contact us. We are here to support you and hope that you enjoy the course and working with us. Thanks.